Manchester. February 18th and 19th. Defiant Wrestling returns to the Bowlers Exhibition Center. See Defiant Wrestling Champion, The Truth, Austin Aries. General Manager Stu Bennett, formerly known as Wade Barrett. Plus, the Women's Champion, Kaylee Ray. Leader of the Curb Crawlers, Martin Kirby. The Renegade, Mark Haskins. Liverpool's #1, Zach Gibson. The Iron Man, Joe Coffey. David Starr, Jern Simmons, Primate, and Rampage. Suitable for all ages. Tickets from just £15 at wearedefiant.com.
You want to get involved in my business? I will stick my nose right up in your business. And I'm waiting for you, big man. I'm waiting for you. But here is a little private lesson for free, one-on-one from Liverpool's #1.
Rampage charging after Gibson. Yeah, not so brave now, are you? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Aussie Open just beat the tag team champion, and you've got to ask this, is that an omen? Does it mean this is going to be a big night for IPW?
Then if Haskins wins, IPW will gain complete control of Defiant Wrestling for the next 3 weeks.
Haskins gonna try and win this by submission. Kirby's unconscious. No.
The winner of the match, Mark Haskins, which means for the next 3 weeks, IPW will take control of Defiant Wrestling.
I don't know what to say. What on earth does this mean for the future of Defiant Wrestling?
Buddy, we said it all along. We said it that we were coming in to burn this place to the ground. In his debut, he took the Defiant Wrestling Championship. Then we tore down their set, and in my debut, now we have control. We have control of the company. What we say happens. What we do is we run this place.
We defied Defiant.
Bitch.
The killer in you is the power in me. Pleased to meet you, so good to see. The killer in you will keep me alive. Back to back, self-sacrifice.
Uncertainty hangs in the air here in London after the shocking conclusion to last week's episode where IPW seized control of Defiant for the next 3 weeks. Showing up here today, half of our ringside banners have gone. We don't recognise half of the crew backstage. We have no idea what's going on, but for now at least, we are still Defiant. Dave Bradshaw here with James R. Kennedy. Are you okay? Last week you got hit in the face and taken out of here.
Not the best moment of my life or career, Dave Bradshaw, and that is precisely why we are far, far away from that ring. I have begged, pleaded that we are not down there. If I wanted to do this show via Skype, that's how scared I am of IPW and Mark Haskins.
Introducing at this time, the promoter of IPW UK, Mr. Billy Woods.
This is the man who is technically our boss for the next 3 weeks here, accompanied by Rob Sharp and Damian Dunn, with a distinctly smug look on his face.
Bradshaw, you and I rarely, and this won't come as news to anyone, we rarely see eye to eye. However, we are both in agreement that Billy Wood and IPW UK, they now call the shots here in Defiant Wrestling. And we're not exactly happy about it. They call the shots, Bradshaw.
Yeah, it's all happened as a result of last week's main event. As per the stipulations of that match when Mark Haskins defeated Martin Kirby, IPW now have total control of what goes on here in Defiant for the next 3 weeks.
You. Hello, Defiant. So, you guys won't know this, or maybe you do, but IPW run Defiant now. Put that logo on that screen! Looks good, right? Better than that. So, Defiant Wrestling, the new kids in town. Well, IPW for 13 years has been breaking British wrestling stars. Oh yes, it has. Do you know Marty Skell? Well, look at here. Look at this man right here. Filthy Rob Sharp. Fighting Spirit magazine's one to watch. No Fun Damien Dunn. All of you know who he is, but Defiant wouldn't book him.
Sounds like this crowd in London doesn't know who he is.
Well, fittingly, this is a show of defiance.
Sharp, Dunn, the future of British wrestling. Well, guys, you better get used to it. Because IPW run Defiant Wrestling now, and there's nothing Stu Bennett can do about it. For tonight, we'll see, mate, because in February, 18th of Feb, at the pay-per-view, 5 IPW guys will face 5 Defiant guys.
What?
Stu, bring whoever you want, mate, because IPW are ready.
Billy Wood calling the shots on Chain Reaction.
Right, okay.
That's huge news. 5-on-5 at Chain Reaction, IPW versus
tonight,
Defiant.
Welcome to IPW. And, oh yeah, Austin Aries is here tonight too. IPW's Austin Aries. And next week, it'll be fate. Well, actually, he'll defend his Defiant World Championship against the guy. Look, we're not scared. IPW aren't scared, are we? We're not scared of anyone. No? So Austin will face someone who's 26-0. That's right. 26-0. 26 losses. Yeah, next week he defends against Gabriel Kidd.
Is that a
cheer all you want, he ain't got a chance. So do you know what? Enjoy the rest of the show, because IPW are here. Thank you, bye.
The smugness of Billy Wood knows no bounds, but 2 big announcements there. IPW versus Defiant, 5-on-5 at Chain Reaction in Manchester on February 18th. And how about this for a main event next week? It sounds like Austin Aries is going to defend the Defiant Championship against our former internet champion, Gabriel Kidd.
Well, I have to say, Gabriel Kidd, Defiant or not, he doesn't stand a chance against someone like Austin Aries. This is Billy Wood and IPW UK sending a message.
There goes a sight from my soul. Now there goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight, there goes a sight. There goes a sight from my soul. I think the four angels just walk by. I think the four angels just walk by.
Well, this is a fairly inauspicious way to start this IPW era here in Defiant.
You have to believe it's deliberate.
I'm sure it is. The Prestige have nailed their colours to the mark, and they are clearly on the side of IPW.
The following contest, it is a tag team match set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Coming to the ring at this time, accompanied by the prestigious one, Joe Hendry. First of all, from Los Sancho, Mexico, El Leguero. His tag team partner is the cream in your coffee. Your favorite wrestler's favorite wrestler. The Jewish canon. The physical embodiment of charisma. The most entertaining man in professional wrestling. The Bernie Sanders of professional wrestling. Mr. American Rana. TV Wrestling. The 104-minute man. The main event. He's really good at Twitter. The king of the taunts. The product. David Starr.
Well, look at this. Look at this, Steve Bradshaw. Get to your feet. Oh, no. Well,
No, please, have my seat.
the prestigious
Have my
one,
seat,
Joe
please.
Hendry, has
fact,
approached our commentary position here, and it looks like, oh, what a joy. I'm so happy.
Give me a hug, give me a hug, give me a hug. Not you, Bradshaw, not you. You see that? That's how I should be treated.
I wasn't going to hug you.
That's how I should be treated.
Enjoy yourself, Bradshaw.
Yeah, I didn't see you offering your seat for the prestigious one. Yeah?
That's because you don't work at the commentary desk.
Introducing
I work
their
wherever I want
opponents
to.
from Auckland, New Zealand, and Dudley, England, respectively. This is the team of Chris Brooks, his tag team partner, the Kiwi Buzzsaw, Travis Banks.
And Banks and Brooks CCK are going to take on El Ligero and David Starr here, and I'm glad I've got you here. Well, I'm not glad.
Yeah, and they're going to get destroyed. Do you know why?
Why?
Because Travis Banks is a coward, and also he doesn't understand the greater good. He can't function in a successful tag team if he couldn't know his place in the prestige. How can he be part of an effective tag team? He's going to get destroyed.
As I was about to say before you interrupted me, I'm
Excuse me. Don't speak to me with that
goodness
tone.
sake. I'm somewhat pleased you're here as this match gets underway because you can clear something up for me. David Starr, despite his denials, is clearly a member of the Prestige now, correct?
No. Don't make assumptions like that. Okay? David Starr is a friend of the Prestige. The enemy of the enemy is my friend. It's a simple concept, Bradshaw. Can you tell this guy?
Oh, is he giving you grief?
Oh, what is this? This is disgusting.
Well-
This is not hygienic.
Fortunately for El Ligero, he
There we
doesn't
go.
have ears, he has horns, so Chris Brooks with nowhere to place that finger.
You show respect to the prestigious one.
Why are you still here if you're not on the microphone? Why don't you go away? Oh, Starr trying to repeat what Brooks was going to do.
That is not hygienic. That is disgusting.
Oh, Starr is
That
doing it.
should be a disqualification. Oh!
And now Brooks finally finds a place to stick his finger.
Excuse me?
You know what I meant.
No, please clarify.
Here comes Travis Banks, and
Yeah,
maybe
here comes the coward.
you know what I think is cowardly? I think it's kind of cowardly when Travis Banks is challenging Austin Aries for the Defiant World title for you to come out here and cost him the match.
No, when I want to confront someone, I come out and I do it. Instead of just talk about it, someone like you. Or a coward like Travis Banks, taking advantage of a clearly injured El Ligero there.
He might be injured now after that flurry of kicks from Banks to the Mexican sensation. CCK, the double team here. Double hip toss on
Where's
David
the
Starr.
referee?
Well, it's just 1 week ago, of course, that Travis Banks was involved in another tag team match, that time with Joe Coffey against yourself and El Ligero, the former members of the Prestige, showing you a thing or two.
Listen. I don't want to talk about unnecessary details that aren't important, okay? In the grand scheme of things, in the history of what a lariat there from Turnbuckle. That's why he's a friend of the Prestige. Well, there we go. That's important. The result of that tag match was not. Here we go.
The product recall
One,
from David Starr.
two.
He hooks both legs. 2 count. Banks eager to get his hands on both Starr and Ligero, and you for that matter. I see you've got as far away from him as you can by coming over to the commentary area here.
What are you insinuating?
I'm insinuating you might be a little bit intimidated by Travis
Intimidated?
Banks.
Do you see what I'm wearing around my neck? Do you know what that is?
It's a medal.
It's a medal. That is the gold medal to say that I am the British champion of freestyle amateur wrestling in 97 kilograms. I'm the best wrestler in Britain, officially.
Travis
No
Banks-
one intimidates me.
Travis Banks has proven in the past year or so that he's one of the best wrestlers in the world.
Yeah, well, he's not the best wrestler right now. His partner's getting decimated because he doesn't know how to be part of a unit, and he needs to be removed from Defiant Wrestling. And I quite frankly applaud IPW for allowing me to be here in the commentary position to bring a little bit of biased commentary because poor James R. Kennedy here is constantly having to keep you in check. I mean, how do you do it, James R. Kennedy?
I'm a man of...
I'm going to give you this back so you can explain.
Oh, thank you.
Thought I got rid of you.
Oh, don't be silly, Bradshaw. And now you're going to start on me after disrespecting the prestigious one who graced you with his presence for this huge tag team match.
Well, you keep rambling on. I've got a match to call. David Starr with a snapmare takedown. Go for the cover here on Chris Brooks. Gets a 2 count. Brooks kicks out and El Ligero quickly tagged back in.
Listen, I've had enough of you, Bradshaw. I think the prestigious one needs to put you in your place.
I'm like, what?
Oh, beautiful.
Now this is a commentary duo.
We
go way back.
Oh, absolutely. Pals till the end.
Absolutely,
there we go.
absolutely. Do you see this I've got?
It's beautiful.
Do you see this?
And look how shiny it is.
No, absolutely.
Oh, wow.
Unbelievable. So how does it feel to get rid of him off the commentary?
Oh, it's wonderful. Listening to his voice prattle on throughout match after match.
It's unbearable, but you know what's beautiful? This maneuver that's about to take place here.
Hey, this man is a man of many nicknames.
Oh no, come on! That is assault! That is assault!
That's disgusting.
That is assault. That's just assault.
Oh, we don't want to see this. Come on, like, oh no!
Oh my God!
Oh, this isn't good, prestigious one. This is not good.
Yeah, well, maybe I can have a headset back so I can do my job and call this action here because things are not going well for your two buddies out there.
Listen, what is it with you in bringing up the unnecessary details, okay? The crowd are clearly right behind the prestige and our prestigious friend.
Yeah, slip of the tongue there. Banks now unloading on both of these guys. He said Banks isn't a team player. He's doing pretty well in this team of CCK with Chris Brooks. Banks, look at this. Look at this from Travis Banks.
There's too many people in the ring, referee. Come on, get one of them out of there.
Well, David Starr may be out of here.
He can't assault two of them at the same time.
Why are they both in there?
Because Travis Banks won't let one of them get out. He's not playing by the rules.
Oh, so Travis Banks is dictating
it's
things.
It's his fault.
Yeah, they're allowing him to do that, are they? Del Ligero charges. Banks lured him in, tripped him up. We've got horns as El Ligero, but it was Travis Banks playing the part of the matador there.
Again, it all has to be about Travis Banks, doesn't it? He's so selfish.
Here comes Banks with a cannonball. You talk about selfish, by the way. Talk about being a team player. What about when you sold Travis Banks down the river when he could have brought the Defiant Championship back to Defiant? You let that title stay with Austin Aries, all because of this petty personal rivalry that you have with the man who just took out El Ligero.
I think it was clear that Travis Banks was no longer a prestigious brother at that point. Oh, for God's sake!
Took out his own partner. I don't think it's Travis Banks who's having trouble being a team player here. Lots of miscues going on between Starr and Ligero.
You stop.
Here comes Banks with a slice of heaven. Brooks got the tag. Brooks over the top. Look at that diamond cutter. The cover.
There we go.
Ligero
That
breaks
is
it up.
teamwork. That is teamwork. Maybe Travis Banks could learn from that.
Banks is dispatched to the outside by Ligero. Starr apparently has some...
Look at that. Ligero, look at that. That is the greater good. He knows what he needs to do for the greater good. That's something Travis Banks could never do. And listen, I'm doing the wrestling world a favour by getting rid of Travis Banks here. I need to, I've said it before, I need to remove him from... he angers me. His presence angers me.
This must be angering you as well because Chris Brooks taking control here, or at least he was till Starr cut him off. Brooks goes to the rope, ducks the double clothesline from El Ligero and Starr. Again, they collide with each other. Look at this from Brooks. CCK are running rings around the Prestige. Oh, sorry, Ligero and Starr.
That is fake news.
He's not part of the Prestige, is he? Apparently. Starr from the springboard. El Ligero counters.
Yes.
Inside cradle from El Ligero. 2 count. Ligero.
Beautiful technique there. Look at that.
Into
teamwork.
Starr.
Unbelievable teamwork.
DDT right on the corner of the ring apron from Starr. Ligero.
Unbelievable.
It's for the cover here. And Travis Banks.
Travis Banks just recklessly breaking the rules.
El Ligero did exactly that 2 minutes ago.
Disrespecting the rules of professional wrestling. That is what Travis Banks is all about.
You are unbelievable.
What do you mean I'm unbelievable? You're damn right I'm unbelievable. One of the greatest talents walking the earth.
Not exactly what I meant. Travis Banks. And David Starr exchanging strikes here, and Banks one of the toughest strikers in the mat game as Brooks charges at Ligero. Ligero into Banks. Brooks,
oh my God!
A powerbomb. Brooks with the kick on the way down. El Ligero got to be unconscious, and Ligero on instinct alone kicked out at 2 3/4. Credit where it's due.
What's going on here? The referee doesn't seem to care that CCK are in the ring right now. It's not a 2-on-1 handicap match, for God's sake.
Have you noticed there's been a little bit of double teaming by your guys as well?
No, they've been completely by the book, though. They've been within the time limits. Look at that. Strategy.
Landed hard on the
quickness.
outside. Supposed to commentate, not cheerlead. That's what this desk is.
Says you.
Ligero!
Oh, beautiful move. Look at this.
On the outside and Brooks on the
Outstanding
inside.
teamwork.
Oh, God. Well, Ligero and Starr finally finding their feet as a team here.
There we go.
Starr with the cover. He's got Brooks wrapped up. And the Prestige win it. Ligero
Here
and
are
David
your
Starr.
winners, the team of David Starr and Ligero, the Prestige.
And you have to admit, Rancho, that was 100% by the book. That was procedural. What did I say was going to happen? When are you going to learn and understand that when I say something is going to happen, it's going to happen? James R. Kennedy understands. You don't understand. Look at... Hey, Travis! Hey, Travis!
Joe Hendry here is mocking Travis Banks from the commentary area.
Good job, Travis.
Sit down.
Great job, buddy. Great job. What a team player. What a team player you are, Travis. What a team player you are. What a guy. What a guy.
Hendry is mocking Travis Banks. He might be kicking the hornet's nest here.
Hey, don't worry about me, Travis. Focus on the task at hand, which is walking to the back like a loser. Loser.
Banks is not happy, clearly, with this.
You know what? I might just stay out here all night. You know what I mean? We can. You know, I could. Yeah, we can just stay all night. Oh, don't cry, Travis. Don't cry. Don't cry.
Banks.
Don't cry. Oh, he's oh no, he lost the match. Oh, he lost the match.
Oh, Banks is coming over here. Oh, Banks is coming over here.
No, he's not going to come.
Travis Banks is coming over here.
Hey.
Banks is out.
Whoa,
Banks.
whoa. You get,
Wilborn backstage with Zach Gibson. Zach, do you have any regrets about what you did attacking?
Regrets? Regrets? I'm guessing you're talking about that little dweeb trainee.
Mihai,
listen, I am Liverpool's #1 Zach Gibson, soon to be recognised as Defiant Wrestling or IPW Wrestling. I don't care what you call it, I'm going to be #1. Soon to be recognised as the UK's #1 and soon to be recognised as the world's #1. I don't regret beating up some little 6 months brand new in the job dweeb. I don't regret a thing. So ask me some important questions or get out my changing room.
Mihai has demanded a match with you tonight. How do you feel about that?
Are you just going to allow this to happen, yeah? You're going to pay me full wage to wrestle. a 6-month-in trainee. You just, this company, mate, you just love giving money away for nothing, don't you? Like, by no means, I'll have the match, lad. It makes no difference to me. It's a night off as far as I'm concerned. But honestly, you better get that kid to sign some paperwork so that you guys aren't liable when I drop him on the deck, wrap his skinny little arm around his stupid little head. Honestly, what is Rampage Brown teaching them at that school? What is he doing for them, honestly? Sending them to the ring. What are you doing for him? Go now. Go and find him. Ask him seriously if he wants to do this, and if he still says yes, make him sign some paperwork, because I'm not getting sued after I drop that little dweeb. And you will pay me full wage. Go on your way.
A young lady from a fine wrestling pedigree on her way to the ring.
The following is a singles match set for one fall. 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, wrestling out of Liverpool, England, Zaya Brookside.
Zaya Brookside, 3 weeks ago already with a big win in a triple threat match here in Defiant Wrestling. I say she's got a great pedigree. She is the daughter of British great Robbie Brookside. And of course, Zaya forging her own path here. I wonder if it actually annoys Zaya a little bit if people keep referring to her dad, because she is a fine competitor in her own right.
She's one of the future leading lights of women's wrestling in the UK. Not only that, but across the world. But the same could be said for this woman, the 21st century badass. 17 years old.
Her opponent is simply the first 21st century badass, Millie Mckenzie!
Millie Mckenzie started out her Defiant career with a shock victory over Little Miss Roxy a few weeks ago, and that is how she has earned her place in this #1 contenders match. And as you say, just 17 years of age, already reached such a position in the women's division that she is one win away from challenging Kaylee Ray for the title. But it is a win that will be very, very difficult to get against Zaya Brookside.
Well, Millie Mckenzie cannot have been pleased that Zaya Brookside, she entered Defiant Wrestling, big win in that triple threat, almost stealing the thunder of the 21st century badass.
Millie Mckenzie, though, although she was in that match, was not pinned. It was Little Miss Roxy who was defeated by Zaya Brookside. So as far as Mckenzie is concerned, Zaya has never beaten her. And obviously, matchmakers here in Defiant, whether it was IPW or whether this match was made previously, they've agreed, because this match has been signed. And I think this is a great call. What a match this could be, potentially.
Well, think about this, though. Mckenzie, to my point, she was the newcomer. She was the new blood, the one going for the Defiant Women's title. Now there's a new factor. Zaya Brookside picked up a huge win. Okay, didn't pin Mckenzie, pinned Roxy. However, Mckenzie wanted to be the one with her hand raised in that match, not Brookside. A chance for the 17-year-old to set things right here tonight.
Side headlock applied by Mckenzie. Headlock takedown. This young lady, really, it's very hard to believe that she is 17 years old. When you look at her repertoire, the amount of moves she knows, the amount of hold, the amount of counters that Millie Mckenzie knows is someone reminiscent of someone twice her age.
Well, when you think about this also, Zaya Brookside only 18 years of age. Dave Bradshaw, both these women combined are almost the same age as you.
And you.
Oh, come on.
By the way,
I heard when you were 17 years old you could barely even tie your own shoelaces, let alone be such a professional athlete as Millie Mckenzie.
Where do you hear that? I don't care, I just realised. Millie Mckenzie with the wrist lock applied.
Some people, honestly.
Brookside able to use the ropes to help counter that. A bit of inexperience perhaps there from Mckenzie. She was a little bit too willing maybe to allow Zaya that ability to get to the ropes, and oh my, that's a hard kick between the shoulder blades from Mckenzie, and one to the front for good measure.
Both these women will show flashes of inexperience, however, think about how much they have achieved already in their young lives.
A roll up here from Brookside, 2 count.
They are already, both of them, Brookside and Mckenzie, well on their way to becoming some of the best female athletes on this planet. Mark my words.
Mckenzie sends Brookside into the corner. Mckenzie will follow her in a forearm. As he charges in a second time, this time Brookside gets her foot up and blocks it. And Mckenzie could be in trouble here. There's a Hurricane Rana from young Zaya Brookside.
Zaya Brookside showing some of the fire that her father is famous for.
And we said this before when these two were in that triple threat match, but if Millie Mckenzie is the first 21st century badass, then Zaya Brookside may well be the 20th century's last, because she is matching Millie Mckenzie and then some here.
What does this mean for Mckenzie if Brookside picks up the win here on Defiant? It's Mackenzie's nightmare scenario to watch another youngster waltz into this company and again steal her thunder.
Well, that would be an interesting test of this young lady's maturity, if she can bounce back from that quickly and understand that sometimes you will get setbacks in your career, but she's not at that point yet. In fact, as far as Mackenzie's concerned, she thinks she's going to win this, and she might with that German suplex.
Oh, referee. Steve Linsky checked Brookside's neck. That had to hurt. Oh, and again.
Spinning neck breaker. Mckenzie doing a great job of doubling down on that neck, and she got it. Millie Mckenzie beats Zaya Brookside.
Here is your winner, the first 21st century badass, Millie Mckenzie.
A bolt from the blue there, from absolutely nowhere. Millie Mckenzie with that neck breaker, enough to put away Zaya. Wait. Well, that's.
Hold on a second now.
That is the music of the former women's champion, Bea Priestley. We haven't seen Priestley in months. But here she is. Priestley is in London.
Bea Priestley, what does she have in mind? A former women's champ in her own right. Millie Mckenzie is still inside that ring.
Well, I'll tell you, I bet you I know what Bea Priestley has in mind, because as far as Priestley's concerned, she should be the one challenging Kaylee Ray to try and regain the women's title that she lost to Ray. So I guarantee you Bea Priestley will not be happy that someone else, and indeed someone so new, is the #1 contender in her place.
It looks like we're about to hear from Bea Priestley. Is that exactly what she's going to say? We're about to find out.
Hello.
Hello.
You guys remember me? Millie. For those of you that don't know, the past 2 months I've been wrestling in Japan for Stardom. And I actually am the first ever Gaijin to win the Goddess of Stardom Tag Team Tournament.
Making waves around the world.
But, although I may have been all the way on the other side of the world, I've been watching you, Millie.
Who hasn't?
And I see that you've got eyes in the Women's Defiant Championship. But there's only one Queen Bee in this promotion. So, if you want that belt, you better put up a fight and fight me for it.
Bea Priestley, I think, is challenging Mckenzie to a match here.
Let's go right now.
Oh, Mckenzie not backing down. She's already beaten Zaya Brookside. She wants to add Bea Priestley's scalp to her collection.
This is going to happen right now. This is awesome. Bea Priestley against Millie Mckenzie. Oh God, look at the German suplex there from Mckenzie.
Bea Priestley wasn't expecting that. They have knocked her back into Japan.
twice on the back of the head of Priestley, those German suplexes.
And again, 3 times in a row.
Make it a hat trick.
Millie Mckenzie, talk about one to watch.
Mckenzie trying for a 4th. Priestley knows she has to get out of there. Priestley will go to the rope, double clothesline, both ladies down. Goodness me, what a start from Millie Mckenzie.
The competition fierce in the Defiant Wrestling Women's Division. Everybody wants their hands on what Kaylee Ray has, the Women's Championship.
Split crowd here, a lot of fans loyal to Bea Priestley, who obviously has a long and storied history here in Defiant, including a reign with the Women's Championship, but Millie Mckenzie has very, very quickly earned the respect of these fans because she has been absolutely stunning over these past few weeks.
Well, in Bea Priestley's absence, albeit people happy to see Priestley back in the UK, while she was away in Japan making waves, Millie Mckenzie has been doing the same in Defiant Wrestling.
That's why this is a great impromptu match. To see this is a real challenge, a real gauge, if you like, of who really is the Queen Bee. Priestley trying to prove it's still her, but she's a half second away from being able to do just that.
I still can't believe that opening, the trifecta of German suplexes. Hold on.
There's a submission from Priestley. Priestley trying to put away Mckenzie. Don't forget Mckenzie's already wrestled a match against Zaya Brookside. Mckenzie trying to change the position of her body, trying to reach that bottom rope, but Priestley hooked the leg. And now Mckenzie with nowhere to go. She managed to get her arm there. In the end, Mckenzie switched plans again, got her arm there, but that hold was locked in for a very long time, and the damage may have been done.
Well, one match or two, Millie Mckenzie has been overheard backstage saying, it doesn't matter, 17 years old, I can wrestle all day and all night. She's proving it here in Defiant.
Priestley goes to the rope, Mckenzie follows her in. Priestley going to return the favour.
Warrior Princess versus Queen Bee.
Mckenzie, Priestley, both to the rope, spear from Mckenzie. Will Mckenzie steal another one here? She might. Priestley out at 2.5.
Oh, Mckenzie a whisker away from giving Bea Priestley a very unhappy return to the UK.
Mckenzie going to try and maybe hit that spinning neck breaker, the same one she just put Zaya Brookside away with a few minutes ago. Instead, high angle belly to back suplex.
Picture perfect. Priestley goes for the cover.
Got that right leg hooked and Mckenzie kicked out. Fatigue clearly an issue at this point for this 17-year-old who's, as I've said, already in her second match of the evening. Another submission attempt here from Bea Priestley.
Somehow makes it to the ropes. You can't fail to be impressed with Millie Mckenzie. As you say, Bradshaw, this is her second match in quick succession. She's giving Bea Priestley, a world-travelled veteran by comparison, one hell of a contest.
Let's not take anything away from Priestley, by the way, either, because Priestley, for all of her achievements here previously, is showing just how much she's developed in the last couple of months. You can really see that Japanese influence starting to come in to Priestley's arsenal here.
There's a swagger and a confidence about Bea Priestley, but Millie Mckenzie has the same. This is precarious, up in this top rope.
Mckenzie trying to neutralize Priestley so she can maybe deliver a superplex or something. Oh, hang on. Priestley, the move she's borrowed from her boyfriend, Will Ospreay, the cheeky Nando's kick.
And Priestley ain't done.
This is a bad position for Millie Mckenzie. Priestley above her. Mckenzie counters.
Bea Priestley wasn't expecting that. Millie Mckenzie back on the offense.
Running uppercut from Mckenzie, who will try for the Canadian Destroyer here on Priestley. Priestley's head bounced off the canvas. Don't tell me. Oh my God. Mckenzie puts away Priestley.
Here is your winner and still #1 contender to the Defiant Wrestling Women's Championship, the first 21st century badass, Millie, Mckenzie.
Well, the Defiant Women's Division, clearly one of the hottest women's divisions on the planet. Billy Wood is trying to mess with this women's division. Next week, how ridiculous is this? Women's champion Kaylee Ray forced to defend the women's title in a 2-on-1 handicap match against Vader Scott and Little Miss Roxy. That despite the fact that Mckenzie's now the #1 contender.
Well, Mckenzie, hot on the trail of the Defiant Women's Champion, Kaylee Ray. However, next week, a huge handicap situation for the champ.
The killer in you is the power in me. Pleased to meet you, so good to see. The killer in you will keep me alive. Back to back, South Sack.
The following contest is a singles bout set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first.
Now this is an act of bravery, but possibly an act of stupidity from one of Rampage's trainees.
Nearly fell over when he came through
Introducing
the
at
curtain.
this time, from Rampage's Wrestling School, winning tonight at 169 pounds, this is Mihai!
Mihai we saw recently, of course, beaten up, frankly, by Liverpool's #1. He wants his revenge, but he needs to be careful not to bite off more than he can chew, and I worry that this young Mihai may have well done that because Zack Gibson is a class apart.
Mihai may be about to experience a crashing low.
He's a long way from home, is Zack Gibson.
That doesn't faze this man though.
No, in fact he thrives on the animus of this crowd.
His opponent, weighing tonight 225 pounds. He says he is Liverpool's #1, Zack Gibson.
But Zack Gibson, who has already, as we said, taken apart young Mihai on this program very recently, going to attempt to do the same thing again here, and with all due respect to this young trainee, this one might not last long.
Hey Bradshaw, I saw some of the fans here in attendance in London actually encouraging Mihai to just leg it, get the hell out of Dodge, actually run away from Liverpool's #1. That might not be too bad an idea.
Don't forget, once again, it was Mihai's idea to take on Gibson. Rampage, his mentor, his trainer, has tried to talk him out of it, but Mihai trying to stand on his own 2 feet here.
Oh, we're going to hear this wonderful singing voice from Zack Gibson.
Whoopee.
One hell of a singer, I promise you. Heard this man in the karaoke bars all over the country.
I am Liverpool's #1, Zack Gibson. Soon to be recognised as Defiant's #1. Soon to be recognised as the UK's #1. And soon to be recognised as the world's #1. And in a company run by Marks, a company dictated by Marks, with an opponent who is nothing more than a mark. Are you listening to this, lad? Because they're making jokes at your expense. I never asked for this match. This is on you. I never asked for this.
Gibson getting irritated.
I didn't start this thing with Rampage. He started this and he has dragged you into this. What I am about to offer you is a free pass to walk away and avoid an inevitable beating by a talent far superior than anything that you will ever amount to. I am Liverpool's #1, and you will never, ever be Liverpool's #1. I don't know what Rampage Brown is teaching you up in Newcastle, but I've already given you one free lesson. So here's another. Pick your fights more intelligently, work smarter, not harder. Walk away from this match, because I will get paid the same when I win by forfeit. And I'm not going to ask again. Walk away.
Mihai, who wanted this.
Well, it's a very good idea. Gibson has a point.
Ignore them. They were taking the piss out of you 5 minutes ago. They don't even know your name. They don't know your name. They don't care. They don't care about you. They actually want to see you get your head panned in by me. I'm trying to do you a favour, so you wipe that daft look off your face and you listen to what I say and you get out of my ring. You walk away so that he can count to 10 and I can earn my money and save myself for my future matches. Be smart, go home.
The crowd here clearly
go.
They don't want Mihai to go, but it looks like he's leaving.
Well, Gibson has an ironclad contract here with Defiant Wrestling. He also has a
not
watertight
ready.
argument.
He's smart, finally. This is what Rampage Brown's training will get you. While he takes you up, you pay him good money so he can teach you how to be a professional little bitch.
Oh wow. Oh, and Mihai didn't like that.
He should come up to a real school in Liverpool and I can teach him a thing or two about proper
Oh, Mihai's coming back.
This is a mistake. Trust me, this is a mistake.
Mihai is going to come in here. Zack Gibson thought he'd managed to talk Mihai out of this.
You sound like a walking cliche, you absolute bellend. But if you want to say something, if you want to be a big man, here.
Oh, Gibson! Gibson with the forearm to the face of Mihai. Gibson, it looked like was going to get his way here. Mihai was going to walk out of here in humiliating fashion, but then Gibson, as he is wont to do, took it too far, giving Mihai no alternative really but to stand up for himself.
You could set an alarm on your phone for 2 minutes from now and the bell would ring on this match before it went off. Zack Gibson is going to make short work of Mihai. One of Rampage's trainees.
Completely ridiculous, by the way, what Gibson was saying about how Rampage had dragged Mihai into this. Gibson literally, physically dragged Mihai into this rivalry, this feud between Gibson and Rampage when he beat him up on this program.
Zack Gibson's right, though. He gets paid the same if he didn't cover the mat in his blood. However, Mihai wanted a piece of Gibson. It's a mistake, Bradshaw.
Gibson getting in the face of Mihai. Remember, it was Mihai's idea initially to have this match. He wanted to fight Gibson on his own. He didn't want Rampage's support. And credit to Rampage and credit to Mihai. Rampage for instilling that kind of courage into this young man.
Rampage should have talked this youngster out of it. What was he thinking?
Gibson, side suplex.
There's only going to be one result here. Zack Gibson's just going to take his time. I thought the match would be over by now. I have to be honest. Gibson almost looks as though he's starting to enjoy this. This is a lesson not only to Mihai, not only to Rampage, but the entire wrestling world and all the fans around the globe that Zack Gibson is #1.
Gibson. Oh, there's a lesson. Never take your eyes off your opponent. Gibson's out cold. Mihai, if he can crawl over, to get the upset of the century here.
Unthinkable. Oh, and the referee, Joel Allen, lifting Gibson's arm off the mat.
He's going to do it! Mihai, the cover to beat Gibson! No! So close for Mihai. Gibson regained consciousness with a tenth of a second left.
That was too close for comfort for Liverpool's number one, who's now struggling to get his wits about him.
Mihai now rattled. Yeah, Mihai, we tried to get the front face lock. Gibson though powers out, and Gibson a twisting brainbuster.
I need to correct myself. Zack Gibson in full control. Oh, this is just a vicious beatdown.
And into the Shankly Gates from Gibson, and yeah, Mihai had to tap. Mihai tapped, Gibson wins it. A brave effort from this young trainee.
The winner of the match is the result of a submission. Liverpool's number one, Zack Gibson.
Zack Gibson absolutely ruthless here. Big victory on Defiant. Well, coming up next, another Zack Sabre Jr. is going to defend the internet title against Speedball Mike Bailey. Oh, but Gibson's not done. Gibson apparently is not done. Tosses Mihai out of here like he was nothing. Gibson victorious. Internet title on the line next. Our main event on the way here on Defiant.
Brother Amina, thank you for your generous contribution to the congregation. With your generous contribution, we shall be able to spread our message far and wide.
It's not a problem, Pastor. It will help spread the word and help create a whole new world.
Follow me to the lights.
Time for our main event and the Defiant Internet Championship about to be decided in what could be an early contender for Match of the Year.
Absolutely. You cannot fail to be impressed with everything this man does, injured wheel or not, Bradshaw. Speedball Mike Bailey has a real shot at becoming the new Defiant Internet Champion. Never count him out.
The following contest is set for one fall, and it has a 30-minute time limit and will decide your Defiant Wrestling Internet Championship. Introducing first the challenger from Quebec, Canada, weighing in at 70 kilos. This is Speedball Mike Bailey!
Well, you said never count him out, but also you can't discount the fact that, as you say, he does have those injuries he's recovering from. He's had injured knees, particularly the left knee, for much of the past several weeks, made worse, of course, by those repeated assaults from Drake. And if there is one man you do not want to be facing in a wrestling ring when you have an injury to one of your limbs, it is Zack Sabre Jr., because he is shark-like in the way he will hone in on that injury, and that must make Speedball Mike Bailey even more of an underdog in this title match.
I've said it before, the champ, Zack Sabre Jr. will have paid full attention to that injured knee on Speedball Mike Bailey. Sabre Jr. would have been watching everything that Drake did to Bailey. We're going to find out if the champion will target that injury tonight.
Introducing his opponent from the Isle of Sheppey, weighing tonight at 80 kilos. He is the current reigning and defending Defiant Wrestling Internet Champion, Zack
Gabriel Kidd several months ago. And Sabre Jr. very proud of his possession of that internet title. He's been taking it all around the world to defend it. Another international challenge here in the form of Canadian Mike Bailey. But Sabre Jr. with absolutely no plans to relinquish that championship anytime soon.
Well, Mike Bailey, over the past year or so, including his time in the Pro Wrestling World Cup and how impressive he was there, has become a sensation across the internet, on social media. Such a huge buzz about Speedball. We're about to find out if he can vindicate the claims that he is an internet sensation. Could he become internet champion?
Referee Chris Sharp with the honours here of calling this one our main event this week on Defiant. Let us know who you think is going to walk out of here the internet champion, and also what do you think about that big main event announced for next week by IPW owner Billy Wood a little bit earlier on. Gabriel Kidd, the former internet champion, is going to challenge Austin Aries for the Defiant Championship. All of that coming up next week. Join the conversation online using the hashtag #WeAreDefiant.
The big story here will be the leg, and look at this, Sabre Jr. straight away going after that limb.
Look how fast Sabre Jr. is. He's all over the body before you know what's hitting you here. Such a classic Zack Sabre Jr. strategy. Not only that physical dominance, but in the course of that physical dominance, he is psychologically telling you that he is a better wrestler than you.
There's no doubt that Zack Sabre Jr. is one of the absolute best on planet Earth today. Speedball Mike Bailey, he wants to someday supplant men like Sabre Jr., earn the recognition and respect that Sabre Jr. has worked so hard to cultivate. And look at that, that is the speed of Speedball.
Those kicks, those strikes, Taekwondo influence, of course, by the black belt Speedball Mike Bailey, have got him a very long way in the past year, including to the quarterfinals of the Pro Wrestling World Cup.
All it would take, though, Bradshaw, is for Bailey to throw one of those kicks, Sabre Jr. to catch it, lock in a submission hold, and we could be saying night, goodbye, thank you for coming to Speedball. His internet dreams, his internet title dreams, rather, could be over in a flash. There we go.
Sabre Jr., you see, immediately trying to twist around that left leg. Split crowd here in London, as you hear. Supporters of both men.
One thing Sabre Jr. will try to do is wrestle the match at his pace. He knows he must ground the challenger, who is lightning quick with those strikes.
Credit to Speedball Mike Bailey, by the way, that the crowd is so split. I promise you, a year ago, Zack Sabre Jr. in his home country would have had almost 100% unanimous support here in London, but the Defiant fans have become so impressed with Speedball Mike Bailey that he has very quickly become a fan favourite.
Well, he has, but the internet champion, Sabre Jr., is probably, if not the, he is one of British wrestling's greatest exports. And look again, Bailey favouring the leg.
There's no point hiding that. Sabre Jr., I promise you, will know all about the condition of that leg.
With every kick that even Bailey throws, it will put pressure on that joint in his knee.
Trying to take off. Oh, look at that from Bailey. They're in the ropes. Sabre Jr. had to grab the ropes and grab the choke there to have any chance whatsoever of breaking this. Now he's trying to turn it into a submission of his own, but that is a break, and referee needs to get control of this quickly.
This shows you how much the Defiant Internet Championship means to both these men. Referee Chris Sharp having a hell of a job keeping Sabre Jr. and Bailey apart.
You know what it reminds me of when you're trying to take on Zack Sabre Jr. in the early part of a match like this? It's like trying to handle a snake that could strike at you at any time. Sabre Jr., if you don't keep your distance, if you're not incredibly cautious, could deliver a fatal blow at any moment.
Look at the way Speedball is coiling his own body up, ready to strike at a moment's notice. This man is so quick. Sabre Jr. no slouch either, I hasten to add.
So unpredictable, this match. This is the kind of match that could go the full 30-minute time limit, or alternatively it could end in an instant if one of those kicks from either man connects the right way. The opponent could be knocked out.
Look at this, almost. You can
to the ropes there.
Sabre Jr. changing tack there, going after the arm instead of the leg, looking to wear down the challenger's entire body.
Look how he wrenches that left arm and shoulder backward. Bailey rolling through to try and untwist himself.
And there we go, there's the hometown welcome. I feel like that Sabre Jr. would have been expecting.
Yeah, Sabre Jr. is from Kent, so just about 20 miles away from here. We're in the heart of central London this week on Defiant. Oh, spinning kick from both men, neither making contact, but Bailey made contact with that. Sabre though has the bad leg. Kicking, Bailey straight up, spinning kick right to the side of the head of the champion, and this one is starting to heat up quickly.
It really is, and it's quite telling. Zack Sabre Jr. crumpled to the mat there, clutching the back of his neck. As he retreats into the corner, look at this. Bailey back to his feet.
Bailey will take a run up, and that was the bad leg. The bad leg, as Sabre Jr. will twist the other leg. The right knee has not been in the better conditions either, ever since that 2 out of 3 series that Bailey had with David Starr, which he won 2-0 to become the #1 contender.
Well, a few times in those matches against Starr, Bailey tried to land on the ring apron, knee first on top of Starr, who then moved, and Bailey crashed down hard on the ring apron. Oh, it must have hurt both knees, and so will this.
Sabre Jr. is capable of applying holds that we've never even heard of. Now look at this. And Sabre Jr. bridging backwards, the flexibility of the internet champion on display for all to see here.
That was a show of strength from Sabre Jr., just showing that he isn't fazed by anything Mike Bailey is throwing at him. Oh.
And as you say, Sabre Jr. not just focusing on the leg. Look at how he's contorting the wrist. Oh my, he wins just watching it. Now he's got a Kimura lock as he's bending that arm backwards. Bailey though, turned it into a pin. Sabre Jr. needs to be careful and make sure his own shoulders don't roll onto the canvas.
That was resourceful from the challenger, but you see how the champion just cuts Bailey back down to size, homing in on that leg. Whenever there's an opening, whenever Zack Sabre Jr. feels a threat, he will put the boots to that injured wheel.
Did you see that? That running stomp from Sabre Jr. And for all of his politeness and sportsmanship, when he's outside of the ring, there is an absolute pronounced ruthless streak in Sabre Jr. Look at this half crab. Look at the angle of the leg, and now he's got the arm as well.
There's nowhere.
Yeah, never leave a limb flailing against Sabre Jr.
Nowhere for Bailey to go. Oh.
And Bailey shoulders it down and gets the left one up. And Bailey starting to realize just the scale of the challenge ahead of him if he wants to leave here with the internet title.
Few in the pro wrestling world can manipulate another man's body like Zack Sabre Jr. When he wants to, he can really, really be mean inside that ring, and he wants to tonight on Defiant.
Big chops across the chest from the young man from Quebec, Speedball Mike Bailey. Another one of those kicks. Bailey trying to go if just one of those kicks can take a man off his feet with a vengeance like he did there against Sabre Jr. Sabre comes back with a clothesline. Bailey kicks him in the head. Sabre Jr. is reeling, and the internet title could be in jeopardy.
Well, I get the feeling that the champion felt Mike Bailey was going to aim one of those kicks to the stomach. Zack Sabre Jr. actually dropped his hands. It left the head exposed, and Sabre Jr. paid for it. There's one to the breadbasket.
Ooh. Back of the heel of Bailey right into the skull of Sabre Jr. Exchanging rear waist locks now, and Bailey Hurricane Rana in a standing position. Bailey looking like that leg not giving him too much difficulty at the moment because he uses it as a lethal weapon against the champion.
Oh, this could be a mistake though.
Oh, he missed, and Sabre's got him, triangle choke by Sabre Jr. And Bailey is right in the middle of the ring. Nowhere for the challenger to go. Oh my God, look at Sabre turn him over.
He's got the leg now.
Trying to hyperextend that left knee as well. Bailey in all kinds of trouble. Sabre Jr. relentless, but Bailey made the ropes and the hold will be broken.
Speedball Mike Bailey found a way, some way, somehow, to make it to that bottom rope. and force the break. That must be disheartening for Zack Sabre Jr. I think the Internet Champion thought he had his challenger beaten right there and then.
Sabre Jr., sometimes his offense leaves you absolutely breathless.
Well, both of us, Bradshaw, actually raised up out of our seats. We believed it was all over with. Speedball Mike Bailey was perhaps the only person in this building who didn't.
Look at that ruthless streak coming in again for Sabre Jr. as he puts the boot in, stomping on the back of the left knee. And Sabre Jr. just pacing. And this is what he likes to do, the champion. He goes down to that methodical pace where he is in control. You can see those cogs turning about how he's going to torture his opponent next.
Somehow Bailey has the strength in that left leg to aim a missile of a kick that knocked Zack Sabre Jr. off his feet.
Sabre Jr., you see trying to not show the pain on his face, but his expression is giving it away. Oh! That echoed around the Coronet Theatre.
I think it just blew the microphones here in the Coronet Theatre. That was so loud, like a gunshot. But look at this, Zack Sabre Jr. roaring.
Oh my God, now look at this from Bailey. Kick after kick after kick. The speed of those strikes. He follows it with one round the back of the head for good measure.
I can't believe both these men are still on their feet.
Running elbow from Sabre Jr. The crossbody over. Bailey countered. Bailey twisted in midair. Sabre Jr. has the arm up. The Kimura on Bailey from Sabre Jr. What a counter. And now the octopus hold. The octopus hold from the champion.
This has got to be it, Bradshaw. The full weight and all.
Going for a cover instead. Oh. And now they're exchanging pinfalls. Bailey. Got countered again by Sabre. Bailey. The double knee drop. From the moonsault right into the front, into the chest of Sabre Jr.
A last gasp effort from the challenger, Speedball Mike Bailey. That was all or nothing. If he didn't connect, the knees would have come down hard on that ring mat. The canvas may have shattered the knee, and we'd be telling a very different story. However, both these men still very much in this championship bout.
Oh, the ribcage of Zack Sabre Jr. is pretty hard as well, so you can see Bailey has still done himself some damage.
Wow.
Bailey is first to his feet though. But look how he is a little bit ginger on that left leg. He tried to use it again, but Sabre Jr., he's caught onto it, and he's gone to an ankle lock. An ankle lock from Sabre Jr. Bailey going to have to scramble to the ropes. He gets there. Referee asking for the break. Sabre pulls him back in, and you see how he's got the knee as well. Look at that grip from Sabre Jr. doing damage to the knee. Oh. Trips the leg.
Bailey trying to roll out of it, but look at this. There's nowhere for him to go, trying desperately to shake Sabre Jr. off.
And Bailey finally manages to do exactly that.
Oh, Sabre hard into that ring barrier.
Oh, Bailey gonna springboard from the middle. He got him. A springboard moonsault from Speedball Mike Bailey. My word.
You want to talk about all or nothing? Obviously, it's becoming apparent, as if it wasn't already, that the Internet Championship is the one that Mike Bailey covets. He's putting everything on the line tonight in London. And this live crowd, the worm has turned, Bradshaw.
A roar of defiance from Bailey as Bailey lines up the champion. Sabre Jr. put his boot up, counters an uppercut, and Sabre Jr. got caught. Both men down. Bailey's hurt his leg. Sabre Jr. doesn't know where he is, and the Internet title hangs in the balance.
What's next in this championship match? I feel like we've seen everything.
Bailey caught him flush. Sabre Jr. barely knows where he is, or does he? Sabre bouncing back, charged. Bailey, no one there, and Bailey's going to the top. You know what that means?
Another high risk, clutching the knee. This has to be a calculated one, must pay off.
Bailey! The shooting star knee drop.
Cover the man.
We're gonna have a new champion, No, 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 no. 2.5, Sabre Jr. kicked out, and that is possibly the biggest weapon that Mike Bailey has in his arsenal. So if you're the challenger, where do you go from here?
I've lost my breath. This is the kind of match that could main event anywhere in the world. London, the lucky destination to see two of the best go at it for the Defiant Internet title.
You know, one thing that's particularly pleasing about this as well is that on a night when IPW is running things, they're finding out just what Defiant Wrestling is all about. There's one person in the building who's not enjoying this. It might be Billy Wood. Zack Sabre Jr. won't have enjoyed that, though. A kick to the side of the head.
You ain't kidding. And I think there's more where that came from Bailey.
Oh, God. Sabre Jr. If this was a boxing match, that would be a TKO at this point.
And another one.
Oh, he got caught. He got caught! Sabre Jr. again stomping on the head and twisting. Look at the angle. Look at the angle of that half grab. I've never seen one like it. I've never seen one like it. Bailey, his arm caught up as well. Nowhere to go.
It's all over.
And Bailey had to give up. Bailey gave up. Sabre Jr. still your champion. What a match.
Here's your winner as a result of a submission and still Defiant Wrestling Internet Champion, Zack Sabre Jr.
Zack Sabre Jr. against Speedball Mike Bailey. We promised you an early match of the year contender, and these two delivered. Oh boy, did they deliver!
One hell of a match. There's not much I can say to add to what you said, Bradshaw. You just have to give it up for both these young men. But crucially, Zack Sabre Jr. still the champ.
Well, Sabre Jr. holds on to the Internet title, but the question now is, can Austin Aries hang on to the Defiant World Championship next week? As per the instructions of IPW's Billy Wood, Austin Aries defends against Gabriel Kidd. But tonight in London, the spotlight belongs to Zack Sabre Jr. Ray forced to defend in a 2-on-1 handicap match against Vader Scott and Little Miss Roxy.
Oh, actually, he'll defend his Defiant World Championship. Yeah, next week he defends against Gabriel Kidd.
Manchester, February 18th and 19th. Defiant Wrestling returns to the Bowlers Exhibition Center. See Defiant Wrestling Champion, The Truth, Austin Aries. General Manager Stu Bennett, formerly known as Wade Barrett. Plus, the Women's Champion, Kaylee Ray. Leader of the Curb Crawlers, Martin Kirby. The Renegade, Mark Haskins. Liverpool's #1, Zach Gibson. The Iron Man, Joe Coffey. David Starr. Jurn Simmons, Primate, and Rampage. Suitable for all ages. Tickets from just £15 at wearedefiant.com.